Perfect.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's like when you try doing that with other kind of rifles, they'll say, "Are you nuts?" But for AK, they're like, "Yeah, just smack with the hammer till it works."
Fuck. That's fucking. I don't even know where was the AK originated.
Russia.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Just that like a lot of countries make their own. And the only Russian AK I have is the AK-74. I have a Bulgarian AK-74 and a Serbian AK-47, but it is Yugoslav. You know, it's not Yugoslavia anymore, so it's
Yeah. Yeah.
just say Serbian.
Yeah. Politics or whatever.
Yeah, pretty nice. I do want a AK-47 though. That's the only thing those are more expensive. The reason I got an AK-74 because it was relatively affordable, and there's not much demand for 74s because people don't really know about it. They just know AK-47s. I just picked it up.
Huh. I don't know. I was never really good with the gun thing.
You know what makes 0 cents in PUBG now? Now that I'm looking at it, extended quick draw mag. Actually, you know what? Maybe it doesn't, because it has that little loop at the end on the magazine. So I guess that means when you have your magazine stuffed into one of your pouches upside down, you can just like just grab the loop real quick. Okay. Actually, you know what? It does make sense.
The only gun I really cared about in my whole life was the ones that Christian Bale used at the end of Equilibrium that were in his sleeves.
The handguns,
Yeah.
HK USBs.
It was less about the guns and more about that freaking, like, whatever motion action he does to, like, snap them out of his sleeves. And I'm like, I want that. It's the most badass concealed weapon ever. Oh wait, if I say that too loud, people will come raid my house, don't they?
They will.
Oh wait, I'm not American. Sorry.
Canadian police will hear it and be like, "Gee, that guy, he mentioned guns."
I don't know. After that whole incident in Washington, I'm good on being around guns for a while.
Washington
Yeah, DC.
happened.
I watched someone shoot themselves.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Huh.
In front of the White House. Like months ago.
Okay. Obviously, didn't hear anything about it.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. My dad won a trip to Maryland, and we had a tour of DC, and the first stop was the White House, and we watched someone shoot themselves. Yeah. Then we were rushed off the grounds by Secret Service. It was pretty fucking trippy.
So some guy went close to the White House and shot himself, and that was it.
Pretty much. Well, I guess he shot his phone. I didn't see that part. We were doing like a big group photo. And we heard the first shot, and it sounded like a firecracker, and then you hear the second shot. And then we looked in the direction, and you seen the third shot, and the smoke from the gun, and then he hit the ground, and we're like trying to process this in our minds of, wait, what?
That's a daily occurrence in America. earlier. And
The
go to
sad part
work,
is you're not lying.
drive to work, gunshot. On lunch break, you see a shootout between police and criminals. On the drive home, you see a guy with a mounted machine gun on his truck firing at the police.
Yeah, and here, like, fucking police pull over their vehicles to play road hockey with some kids in the middle of winter. Like, it's like, I don't know. There's obviously violence in Canada, but it's never anywhere near as extreme. What the fuck is this? It's terrible ring. I mean, it almost seems like in the States, if you want to make the fucking evening news, you gotta kill at least 5 to 6 people minimum. Whereas in Canada, a single person will do it.
National news?
Sorry, what was that?
National news?
Yeah. If you shoot someone, you will make the national news.
Oh, yeah. What about stabbings?
Provincial news. Well, okay. That's a lie. Are we talking normal stabbing? Or are we talking, like, you know, the one time that somebody fucking stabbed grandma with a katana 15 times? Because that was all kinds of news.
I guess it depends on the nature of things, but
Oh my god. I will go sell you my ring in a minute, dude. I'm just an incursion. I hate that when I'm in the middle of an incursion and somebody's like, hey, I'm here. And it's like, yeah, well, fucking give me a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one. My macro's broken again. Reload. So do you miss it at all? The gaming? Oops.
Hello, Exile. Ah, time to go.
person. Log in.
I fixed it.
What did you fix it in?
I don't know. I put it in the oven and now how it turns out. Let's see.
Interesting.
I can fight. Time to commemorate this with a nice, relaxing, no stress, toxic free game of grab that out of 3. So, what have you doing? What games have you been playing?
I've literally been playing nothing but PoE on Islands 9.
Alright. I'll open up the Exile to Path.
Ah! God damn it.
Elishnikov. Let's see. After 5 days of not in the computer, let's see what kind of shenanigans are on the Den marketplace.
I think Ben stole my mirrors and ran. I'm not getting that quiver back. It's gone! No!
Ow.
Oh, I'll just make another one.
Hello, sir.
Buongiorno.
Then, guess what?
Hmm.
Fix it. Put it in the oven. And it came out and it works.
Nice memes.
Oh, I'm serious. That's actually a fix. Well, not really a fix. It's more like a last resort. Well, I had many other resorts. I just decided to put in the oven. Fixed. does that make you feel, Brochi?
Nice means.
Oh, I didn't even notice you took all my chance orbs.
Because yeah, you were saying that you can't reroll maps, and I was like, oh yeah, I took your chances. I was gonna convert them into Megzalts.
Oh.
I'm making my new build.
Oh, you're.
What?
Didn't you quit PoE like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, but I want to make it. I want to make this test build since it's super weird before the next league starts, so I don't make a build and be like, wow, this doesn't even work. I hate this game.
This game.
And I'm doing a lot of Path of building stuff. I wasn't on earlier because I was talking to my dad. I had a long talk. He was
Yeah.
he was telling me that he was trying to do he's trying to do a new business. He's telling me about some stuff that he did, and I think he was just trying to get like wanted someone to listen to him, so he could see if his
So
idea sounded good.
Kind of like he did that to listen to himself, just to make sure he wasn't crazy.
Maybe, yeah. But I mean, I originally told him like I don't think it's a good idea. I'm pretty sure this is a big mistake. You should probably wait for this, this, and this. And then it ended up being like, well, I mean, you do have this point, so like if you do decide to do it, then you still have these three courses of action, these three options and courses of action that you can do. But yeah, I was just talking with him for a bit, and it was like, should we sell this house? Should we sell the house in Tustin? And it's just like a lot of that talk.
Wait, is it house and Tustin already paid off?
Is it what?
Paid off?
I don't know what you. I can't hear.
Paid off.
Oh no, it's not yet. Not yet. No. Close. I honestly don't even know if you're trolling. If your GPU actually did break down, or if you were just memeing on me.
Oh, it did. The monitor works fine, so I'm like,
When if the fans were turning on, that it sounds like more of like a specific connection error. One of the
whatever it was, the oven fixed it.
what kind of oven? What? Maybe like something got like a little bit unglued and like the heat sink or something, and then you put it in the oven and it reattached correctly. Does your GPU sit like with gravity, or does it go against gravity in your computer?
Yes.
Like, is it sitting face down where like?
No, it's prone to GPU sag. That's what you're wondering.
Oh,
I know what you're saying. Probably just resetting it, fix it. I already tried that.
I honestly couldn't tell if you were trolling. I was like, I don't want to fall for this meme.
Roach? I wouldn't mess around with my.
Yes, you would. I've
Oh,
seen
really?
that Frankenstein.
Okay, yeah, I think it's over. Well, I don't know. I really don't know how it worked.
I do know.
It was like the autismo computer going, ow!
I do know that if you are having trouble with cabling and stuff like that, getting a nicer case, like there was a $60 case that I got, and it has Velcro straps built in, and like you can open the computer from all sides, both sides of the case, and on the bottom and on the top, and
I actually already have a new case. It's You're gonna laugh when I tell you what it is.
Do you have a modular power supply?
I do.
Then how do you have so many wires?
What do you mean?
You're saying like your wiring is AIDS.
Oh no, not that. No, not that. I'm talking about like when you're connecting it through the back. I have to move like this giant. Actually, should just look a picture because it's more easier to do it that way. But I have to move like this giant thing, move like two other things to get to it, and everything's heavy. And
Your microphone sounds
then-
really like off for some reason.
there's a fan behind me.
It sounds like a different microphone for some reason.
Yeah, it actually just sounds like your quality is shit. It's not like the fan interfering or causing extra noise. It just you sound like you're using like a $2 microphone.
The Xbox 360
Alright,
microphone.
let's just like prove you guys wrong and give me like a minute.
Now my problem is trying to figure out whether or not I should do Tidebreaker or dual wield for my stun build. Pretty hard to figure out because the Tidebreaker on one hand,
Alright, so you see I turned it off.
God damn it, David.
I guess that was, I don't know.
You guys couldn't believe me this whole time.
No.
I think, did you move it closer?
What?
The mic?
No, it's just I didn't touch the mic.
What the hell?
I just turned it off.
Kind of a focus.
It's like one of those industrial fans that like are meant to get fumes out of a room. Instead, what we do is we reverse it so it brings in air inside.
Yeah, there's not much to play. I've even tried to play Paladins, and that game was total shite. And I don't know why I wasted my time playing that shite, but I did.
What is Paladins?
It's like Overwatch, but free and more goob. It's like the Autismo version of Overwatch. Like, everyone was so bad that I was playing against, I was like, they're like bots. But they weren't. They were like actual players. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I feel bad.
No challenge, too easy, therefore boring.
Yeah, kind of. But also that you really need good teammates. If your teammates are dookie, you don't have no chance. Versus, at least in Overwatch, your skill can have a pretty big impact. Which is why there's the pros or the really good players or have like a bunch of accounts in the high ranks. And you can easily like rank up if you're good. But in this game, it's like my skill was irrelevant once I got placed on a bad team. My whole team was just getting stomped, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of bored with this already. I'm just waiting for this 1 month to start.
I got meme heart.
What is meme heart?
Black heart.
Oh. Yeah, I had an idea for a new build. And when I say new, I mean like something that I haven't done in a very long time. But I have already tried searching and seeing if people have already made this, and it's like kind of, but not really. And it's like, just might work.
I'm in a tier 14 temple. This crit? No.
Owie. And what do you mean you weren't trolling? You're like, I'm just gonna get console.
What?
That's what David was saying.
my PK convinced me. So, alright, yeah, I'll just look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Go get a PlayStation. Go play with Donnie.
The traitor.
Just some people just can't play without aim assist. I don't understand it.
Whoa, you were just saying you wanted a console.
Yeah, so?
So he can have aim assist. Come on, Ben.
Yeet!
I'm getting slapped on by this temple.
You can have aim assist on PC too, just you have to pay for it.
Fuck. It aim real good. Headshot every time.
My toe is literally like oozing. Athlete's foot. I got the
Got it.
blister.
Oh dear God. Fuck.
Got it again?
Woot.
What?
I killed Abazoth in full fucking MF gear.
You mean wearing mirrors?
I'm not.
You try to say I'm
That
not
doesn't
wearing-
help in single target. It's not chaining to anything.
David, he has mirrors of gear on right now.
He told me.
He's the richest player in our group.
Yeah.
He killed one white monster in level 1 and it dropped 2 mirrors of Kalandra. And then he bought his rig walls.
Alright, so this is how I know you're lying. Mob can only drop one currency.
I'll be right back. I gotta wash my hands. Now I'm gonna put on some of my Lamisil cream.
I've let my athlete's foot fester for 10 years. When I take off my shoes, I can clear out rooms from the smell itself.
That's special.
But yes, I'm planning out a build that I'm making for fun.
That doesn't sound
Finally.
like Ben.
Ow!
I'm not gonna, don't question it, just accept it.
Yeah, I saw this Reddit post that kind of opened up my eyes, and it was like this guy who was like playing with some shite skill, and then it showed like that other guy trying to talk to him, and he was like, "Hey, bros, why don't you just use Arc?" And then he puts his hand over his mouth and he's like, "Let me have fun." And I was like, "Wow, I've never seen that situation happen before."
As I'm running around with a Wind Ripper.
You know, because David, like, when I changed his build, I didn't understand why he was upset.
And now you get it.
Yeah, I got it on video. He admitted to it. So, that was the highlight of the league.
I've got nothing to hide. I'm just an expert min-maxer. I can't help it. I just min-max everything.
Except for fun. You don't know how to min-max fun.
Yep.
Oh! Alright, I'm triggered. Be right back, 30 minutes.
Take time.
No wonder I'm getting slapped in this thing. There's monster damage mods.
Reduce max res. You have a corruption chamber?
No.
I tell you, that fucked me up the first time I did that. I'm like, yay, tier 3 corruption room. Just got destroyed. I should probably be careful on my way to that room.
Yeah. Especially when you go up against those temple bosses that have like that flame blast.
I worry more about the ones that do the Chaos Nova.
Even though I am making this for fun, I'm still trying to min-max it though. Because I want to make it in the best version possible.
Well, yeah. Killing one mob a mid isn't exactly the most fun. I don't care what skill you're using, so.
It's so what I'm trying to do is to make a perma-stun build.
Yeah. For
where-
Uber Elder?
For anything, just like in general, just whatever. When I hit, it stuns, and it doesn't matter what happens, it's always stuns, and I just never have. I will never not stun. So I've been looking at the different uniques that give you enemy stun threshold, as well as the different skills on the tree that give you stun threshold, and ascendancy choices and all that stuff. So I have a couple ideas, and then also
Logically, the Slayer seems like the best, but I don't
Doesn't-
know. I haven't seen the Ascendancy in a while.
Slayer Jug.
and then
Yes.
the other option was to get elementalist impulses so I can see what it feels like to have herald explosions. But
I was thinking about doing MXB's Mjolnir one. The problem is the fucking 400 strength.
so overwhelm is 100% stun duration on enemies. You cannot be stunned. Your damaging hits always stun enemies that are on full life, and you have a 20% chance to double your stun duration. So that just applies as a global thing.
Yep.
And you get free impact, which is single target melee attacks deal splash damage to surrounding targets. So if you use heavy strike, you'll get free splash. But ground slam has the same kind of damage that heavy strike does. The only difference between heavy strike and ground slam is that ground slam support threshold jewel gives it free endurance charge, which is great, and has bigger AoE and has a Val skill gem that it can use. And then heavy strike has a threshold that gives it a chance to deal double damage. So double damage is pretty fat.
So
because,
ground slam for clear and heavy strike for bossing.
Yeah, kind of. So kind of picking in between those two and seeing which one's better. And then the question is, do I want to dual wield or do I want to use Tidebreaker? Tidebreaker, specifically, I have to get one that's 6-linked and is corrupted and has stun support in it, making it effectively an 8-link. Then it would work for my purpose. If I don't have an 8-link Tidebreaker, it's like a little bit weaker than using a dual wield and having a stat stick.
Well, then go dual wield because you're asking for something that's not going to be easily achievable, and if you want to do it as a fresh starting character, you want to make it achievable.
But
Not
you
have
also
to.
did say you wanted to make min-max it too. So,
So start with dual wield and respec into Tidebreaker when you can afford one with exactly what you want.
see, that's more
More.
believable.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to place your hands behind your back. You just try to use logic with me. So yeah. I mean,
I'm telling you, man, Herald explosions though, fucking greatest feeling ever. Especially with purple crystals. They're just all kinds of just grossness. This is so ugly. There's only one problem though, Ben. If you try to do the Impulsa thing, you don't have the Automaton Herald effect. So, what's the point?
I don't know.
You might as well just not bother.
Yeah. That is true.
Think about it this way. They make a room in a temple called the Bloodlines room. When you get to level 3, all mob become magic and they all have bloodlines.
And I show up with Abiscos.
Reported. Okay, I think to make it simpler, I'll just do Tidebreaker. And I'm not gonna go because I'd have to buy a very expensive as single one-hand weapon to do it. Now the question is, do I go Slayer, do I go Juggernaut, or do I go with Champion?
Well, since you have one main objective only, which one gives the best stun threshold shit? Overall, not just like, I know Slayer, you said full life, but you want overall, so in case it takes more than one hit, you can keep stunning.
But as their HP reduces, their defense threshold becomes lower.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, the stun threshold is, I would only buy a Tidebreaker with perfect stun threshold, and then like, the Slayer doesn't give stun threshold, but it does give stun duration and a chance to double your stun duration, so that means that it'll last longer. It's kind of hard, but I'm getting those boys from last night with IoN want me to join them. I'll play like.
Of course
I'll
they
play,
do.
like,
They need
around.
carries.
I'll stream it.
I can't watch tonight.
Okay.
I'm streaming right now, so
Roger.
just because I like streaming my colorful explosions.
Gotta get that streamer RNG.
That too. Even though I've had the most insane RNG not streaming.
Alrighty, boys. I'll see if I get some good games with them. If not, I'm probably only gonna play like 1 or 2, and then I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeet.
Actually, you know what, David? Now that I think about it, I was recording when I corrupted the Rigwalds.
Hmm.
Reported. I'm reporting you.
Whoops. Wrong character.
Where is my divination card vault? How unlucky. A temple is so much XP, especially if you get a high-end one with the tier 3 guardhouse.
You're an officer. Why weren't you to begin with?
I don't know, actually.
The dreamer's dream. Oops. No, don't sell, trade. I actually, you know those gambler cards? The ones that suck and always give you something dirt cheap? I used one yesterday and got the card that gives Rigwald's quills.
Oh.
Chaos Orb.
It's time.
Jesus fuck. So many uniques. When it comes to projectiles, chain really is one of the best things you can get, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, I'm just realizing that, like, now that I got my other quiver back from Ben, like, everything dies so much quicker. Like, just stupid quick. Oh. One there.
I'm getting wrecked.
And how does that make you feel?
Good, because it's like my HP is yo-yoing while everything is exploding around me.
Oops. Fuck. Do you plan on trying to do anything in the flashback, or just not gonna bother?
I don't know.
Oops. I'm not done the overkill either. guy's quick, but I'm still gonna aim for a Sarkonjas with +2 tornado shot. So many arrows. So it's, what is that? So currently this fires 6, so that would be 8 times 3 is 24, and if all 24 hit a target, they all fork. Which means 48 projectiles.
Time to fight raid boss Obnitek. He's so beefed. He crits all the time.
That fight's dumb. It's designed for range characters. Because he's got a death aura, so if you sit even remotely close, you just fucking degens your health away.
It activates sometimes, though. He has this blue thing that just slaps me. Oh, oh. He shot out the blue thing when he had the crit shrine on him, and it just deleted 6k HP.
Oh. Oh! Oh, you got the Tempest going. Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that'll fuck you right up.
They're like thinking, why does he have crit shrine? What do you mean? Like,
Oh, for fuck.
do not get touched by any. Oh, it almost got me.
Yeah, I'm done waiting for that thing.
I got Vial of the Fate. Am I rich?
I think the one you're looking for to make you super rich is Sacrifice. That's the one that's worth, like, almost as much as my quiver. It's okay, I had a character that was still capable of doing tier 16s, and I broke him.
And what?
I had one character I could still do like tier 16 maps,
Uh-huh.
and then I took his weapon and I threw it on the altar today.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, he's done. Yeah, fuck it, we'll get rid of that. I had a 6-link Quill Rain. Poof! Oh! I got the quantity tempest.
Nice. If you have any loot boxes there, just remember to do it only with the Tempest activated.
Yep. Actually, I have a... Oh, that's corruption. Damn it. No, I have a tier 1 strongbox.
Oh, I mean like just like if you have like let's say like dusty charts, so you got like a storage room,
Yeah.
your jewelry room, you want to use that.
Yep. Unfortunately, my map room sucks. All it is burial chambers.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Oh no, don't... Oh, fuck. I'm not actually full up. Yeah, whatever. I can do without some jewelers. Leave the 6 link. Or 6 socket. Did I get it?
Be right back real quick.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
I am still here.
Yeet!
Goodbye, Goldrim. Wide swing. Fuck you, game. wonder how loot's determined. So like for a strong box, is it when I click it open or when I'm done killing the last guy?
Chaos orb.
Crap. Crap. Crap, crappity crap. It's all crap. I filled a map tab. I didn't know I could do that.
be right back.
Alright.
Of alchemy.
Hello?
Hello?
Abuse everybody.
Ahara! I kind of want to go tune into Ben's stream so I can watch him lose and harass him.
Stream snipe,
Yeah. But then at the same time, I don't want to encourage him. Yeah. Negative attention is still attention, right?
yeah.
I am upgrading my computer.
You never told me you had the Scottish accent.
That was a fluke.
That was a what?
That was a fluke. No, I decided today I'm actually going to do another upgrade. It's my last one.
What is it gonna be?
New CPU and motherboard.
Interesting.
I'm doing something I never thought I'd do, and I'm switching from Intel. It feels wrong, but all the reviews and the graphs and everything shows that it's the right choice.
Well, there's one thing that Intel doesn't do right is they make new CPUs with almost no difference.
Yeah, and I'm going to the second gen Ryzen 7 so that I could stream better. Because I lose a lot of frames right now. And the one thing that Ryzen had over Intel was definitely in the stream department.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, cause you know streaming obviously is going to be taxing on the computer, so they show like your frames when you're playing just the game. and then the frames while you're streaming. And it was like, while you're just gaming, nothing else is going on in the background, Intel won. And it was about 5 to 10 frames per game on average. Some lower, some higher, but that was the average, was 5 to 10 frames. And then they did it with stream, and the Ryzen 7 beat it by on average 15 frames per game.
I just remember the big hullabaloo in 2011 was having a computer, a gaming computer, and a streaming computer. Like the streaming computer would record the screen, and all it did was just stream, right? And then the gaming computer just gamed.
Yeah, I heard that's still actually a thing. Like, I actually did, because you can have a decent gaming computer and not put any extra pressure against it, but I don't know how to set that up, and I don't care, because I'm just going to spend the money now. But no, I read about that a whole bunch of, like, especially...
You have the motherboard, right?
Right now?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, the new one?
For your Ryzen.
Oh, no, this one won't support it.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I mean, like, have you bought the motherboard? Or...
Oh yeah, sorry, I bought the motherboard and the CPU. I'm just not. I'm waiting on them to arrive. They should be here Monday.
So how does your postal service do fighting off moose on their way to delivering mail?
I order it through work, so.
Oh.
Because I work at a computer store and I have an account there, so whenever I order something, I just put it on my account and then pay it off. And then I don't have to worry about paying shipping.
Computer store?
Yeah.
Like a microsite or like a...
It's nothing major. It's not like, you know, like a big fucking Best Buy or something like that, or like it's, you know, small store, small town. I mean, I'm based out of there, but I spend so much time doing my shit with the lottery stuff that I never actually am at the store these days. I'm there long enough to fill out some paperwork, and that's about it. Wow. I just realized I have absolutely no idea how many fucking maps I've run tonight.
That's a good thing?
Not sure. I mean, granted, I've only run probably 40 or 50 burial chambers before tonight, and I already got a doctor card, so...
Oh my god, they were trash.
I bet.
It was bad, dude. We almost won 2 games, and my teammates were just too bad, and they threw it both games. Okay, so both games, the same 2 guys kept just playing like shit, running out, not thinking about what they're doing, and just dying. And then we just had a game where it was a 1v1 situation, and my teammate sees him first, and he's full auto with an AK with a red dot from like 400 meters. It's like, dude, why didn't you just tap, dude? Why would you spray like that? And then he just sits there, and the zone goes over him, and he doesn't even move. He just keeps trying to shoot through the zone. It was so pathetic. I was like, dude, what was that? Like, I didn't say anything. I just was like, all right, I'm gonna go. They're playing so bad. It's unbelievable. Like, why would you not? He had a scope too. Why would you not press F1, put on the ACOG, and shoot tap him 2 times in the head, or 3 body taps at least?
Not Ben. You just gave me shit for trying to use common sense. Don't fucking don't get started.
Let's just look at it through his point of view. He was having fun.
No, it wasn't. He was raging. He was like, "Wow, I only did 70 damage." I was gonna say like, "Dude, why didn't you just tap?" But I didn't say anything. I was just like, "All right, yeah." It was 100% your fault. It was not the game's fault that you just did that. But sorry. Good luck.
The fact that he hit him for 70 damage is probably the impressive part.
Yeah, he's just kept spraying. I mean, 30 shots and he's not even moving. It's like, it was bad. It was so bad. If he had time, he could have moved. The second the zone was coming, he should have just repositioned, reloaded. Nope, just sitting there as the zone comes over him, just spraying. It's like, stop, dude. And he's normally one of the better ones out of that group. And the other 2 were just like basically bots. Man.
And then, so if someone was playing that bad, and at the end, he was like, "Well, that was pretty fun." And you'd be like, "No, you can't have fun."
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say, yeah, you can leave.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Now go enjoy yourself elsewhere. With the rest of the scrubs. AFK for a minute, gonna let the dog out.
Got melee, Gyro's restraint. I mean, his gloves.
Virtuosity?
Yeet.
Yeah, I got lots of those from the cards. Wish I were something.
hard choice.
I'd go with original recipe.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I don't know if I should make a. I should go Marauder or Duelist. Can't pick.
Flip a coin.
No,
Use a dice.
because the difference is
Like either way, you're gonna regret either one you choose anyway. So just flip a coin, get it done, and get it over with.
wow, toxic. Free.
Come on, you know it's true.
Is it toxic if you're realistic?
Yeah.
I think the worst part about it all is he's gonna end up like using all my currency for this.
What?
Yep. Like, come on, bro. It's only one exalt. Come on,
What?
bro.
One?
It's
He's still
only
got my
2
Frost
exalts.
Furno. That's about 20.
He's like, come on, broach. It's only 3 exalts this item. Come on, you're a real friend, right?
What are you smoking? My goodness.
You know I would help you out all the time. Come on, bro. It's only 10 exalts.
Actually, for all I know, he could sell that Frost Furno right now for 15 and go finance his whole build.
You could.
What hell is happening right now? David's being toxic? This is new.
No. We're just woke, that's all.
You're being 20 billion times more toxic than the average League of Legends player. Know that?
So like
Mr.
Trump?
Come on.
Yeah.
He's like saying, when are we gonna go to the range, broach? I'm like, okay, this day. You're like, oh, I can't no more. This happened twice already, by the way, Ryan.
Oh, it
Nice
happened
memes.
again?
Yeah.
No. I told him, that my dad told me not to go to the range, and then he's like, okay. And then I was like, well, I still kind of want to go anyway. And that was like as far as the talk went. And then last night, I got a text, and he's like, all right, let's go tomorrow. I'm like, what? I'm like, what time? It was like at midnight. He's like, 7 a.m. I was like, I can't be awake at 7 a.m. And then he never replied. And I sent out a couple more texts, and he never replied. And that was the end of it.
Yeah, because Ben hates me. He doesn't want to be my friend anymore.
Why didn't
GGG
you
doesn't know how to balance their game.
You could have just gone with me later, but you didn't want to go with me.
No. The sun's gonna try and kill us at that
Nice
time.
meme. Nice meme.
Amount of doctor cards? 1. Amount of leather
Right.
belts? Too many.
Like, I can be awake at 7 a.m. For Quay.
I can't. I took a free workout. Literally can't go to sleep until like 3 a.m.
Fuck.
Either way, my dad wouldn't let me go, so I didn't try and get kicked out of the house. My dad was so pissed off when I was like, can I get a Winchester? I was like an old school. I was thinking like he can't be that against it because it's not like an assault rifle. It's just an old school gun. He was so mad. Oh my god, it's like an argument. And I was just like, why am I arguing about this? I'm over it.
Just so you know, Ben, are you still trying to sell that Frost Furno?
Yeah, I have it
Okay.
listed.
How much
I have
was
low
it? 20?
balls. Listed at 24.
If you get at least 22, I'd take it. Now, how much do you need for your build?
I don't even know if I'm gonna do it. Still thinking.
Oh.
Trying to figure out. I'm watching videos of other people playing something similar.
Okay, because I'm just trying to do math in my head here. If you sell that for 22, we'll just say that. It's 36. 6. If you sell the Frost Furno for at least 21, and I sell my Zoffs for 9, I can buy a Headhunter.
Oh.
I sold the other Rigwald's Quills for 12, or 13,
Oh.
sorry.
Oh.
And I have 1 doctor card.
Oh, rip, 13.
Yeah.
Well, paid 14.
What?
That's not. Yeah, they're selling for like 15.
Whatever.
What, doctors?
No, the quills. I was like, hey, I got it when I go off, remember? Pay like 14 for it. With 1x.
Well, if I can get one more fucking doctor card, that'd be a lot better then.
Oh yeah, you sold that too, right?
No, I haven't sold it. What I was gonna do is just buy doctor cards. Well, it depends. I'll look at the price of the doctor cards versus the price of the headhunter, obviously. But
Just killed a yellow mod that said GoldenEye is the accursed.
GoldenEye, good game.
Yeet. Because my goal was not to play Heavy Strike, so I don't want to do that. And I was looking at the tiebreaker version of it, but if you're doing tiebreaker, your attack speed's so shite. If you're doing dual wield, it's much better, but the best unique one-handed mace called Kalin's something, and it's like a crab claw, and it's only 300 PDPS. Really weird. But it's got some reduced stun threshold, and then you can still use the offhand stick. You could still potentially go crit, but
No, don't use a stat stick. Use a prismatic eclipse.
Yee.
Get that attack speed going for the permastun.
can't stun if you don't have enough damage. The way the Heavy Strike version works is it utilizes the reduced enemy stun threshold on like everywhere, and then
And Heavy Strike naturally stuns through lower threshold, doesn't it?
it has a little bit, same as Grand Slam, but the other part is the Heavy Strike threshold jewel is double damage, so it doesn't say double physical, it's just double damage. So whatever the damage would be with your flask on and everything else, there's a chance to just double it, deal double. That's pretty big damage right there. Yeah, I don't know.
So what you should do is an Impulse's Elementalist with Heavy Strike for the single target.
Well,
Since it doubles all damage, that means you could scale your Ellie damage and double it.
true.
GG.
But then
Yeah.
you have to use melee splash and you lose it, whereas with the
Well, no,
Slayer,
I
you
said
get
single
melee
target.
splash. Oh.
You'd shield charge for AoE.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Think about one hand and then a shield?
Yeah.
Hey.
Come on, you've seen the Herald
well-
Explosions.
Also, a heavy strike can't be used every skill. So it's like, let's see, it can be used with mace, axe, sword, or two-hand. So no claws, no daggers.
Foil.
Yeah, you could do a foil, but an alley foil?
Yeah.
An alley foil? Do alley hit? Maybe like spectral throw. That's stunning. That's what I was hoping to do. Something range, like spectral throw or ground slam. The ground slam's actually pretty big now. It's got a lot of range on it. And just be able to just stun everything. That was the goal. So when you're doing incursion, you got like double beyond and shit, you can just make everything free, essentially. But if you don't really have mitigation CC, like basically playing a random generic build. Yes, name it. I really like the way that the Pathfinder worked, actually. It was a really cool concept that you would use those swords to get extra projectiles and point blank, and then also iron reflexes when you stand still. Such a cool, interesting concept. And it works so amazingly, too. You're just so tanky when you stand still, and when you want to move, you still got that evasion and the fast freaking move speed and attack speed and whatnot. Build is like perfect build, basically.
Tier 1 build.
Yeah, I would say it's a tier 1 build. Downside is if you wanted to play that build and push endgame max, you'd have to drop speed and go for more defense. The DPS is plenty, no problem with DPS. I was doing tier 14 and 15 map to date, but yeah, DPS is perfectly fine. You have about 1 point something mil single target, and it's great. But if I wanted just single target Melter, I'd probably do Blade Flurry or Blade Vortex. So I don't really care too much about that. I was more trying to just see if it was possible to mass stun everything. And then the reason that that Tidebreaker is so good is it's already a 7 link, and if you manage to get the stun corruption on it, supported by stun, you can even get another one, like another support. But if you get stun, stun is also extra reduced threshold, and it's no DPS loss. So you technically have an 8 link. At that point, you got so much quality of life that probably would rival the power of the dual wield, the stat stick, by having the stun, so much stun threshold. And I already looked at Tidebreakers, and they're still actually pretty expensive to buy one at 6 link, but there's some offline guys that are selling it super cheap. Who knows when they're going to be back. And I still got a lot of my items that are worth a lot that haven't sold. I could probably sell for quite a bit. Especially that Dire Peak minion helmet. I really want that to sell.
I thought that was gonna be like your keepsake. Like, I'm never getting rid of this.
No, it's not as good as I thought. Because Fukuhama suck. I thought they were great, but they're not. So in that situation, if I wanted to make something that's like godly for minions, it would be specifically targeted towards solar guards, and then burning damage wouldn't be one of the supports that I would use or want on the helmet. It would just be like socket gems doing more elemental damage, and try to get some extra support gem on it, like minion damage, and then technically it's a 6 link. And you can have a second 6 link in your Vis Mortis for your skeletons and whatever else, and that's basically as far as you would go with it. You have 2 6 link setups, or you put your bones in your chest plate. But there's no 7 or 8 link setup for specters because that item doesn't exist. There is 7 or 8 link for skeletons. With the one-hand weapons, you can get like 4 different support gems that already have 3 sockets. Technically that'd be a 7 link. You can get like Ruthless, Multi-Strike, Aim, Chance to Bleed. You can get like a bunch of those, and then you just put your skeletons in that weapon. So instead of Brightbeak, you'd have like a skeleton weapon.
That would be kind of funny.
So that's possible. I already checked all the PoE wiki items. There's no possibility for 7 link for solar guards. And then today, basically what I did all day today was I woke up, I went to a notary service, and then I had to take a final, and then I had to write an essay for my teacher because somehow one of the exams that I took didn't go through, and instead of just letting me retake it, she's like, "You're gonna have to write an essay now for only 60% of your possible grade." What? And then like the exam's not that hard, but this essay is pretty freaking hard, and I can only get up to 60% of my exam grade on this essay. And she gave me such a vague rubric. She was like, all right, here's 2 articles, and I want you to she's like, I want you to write 1.5 pages for each article, and to use more of my voice. I'm not looking for a summary. It's like, oh, what?
Use more of what?
My voice. It's like, I'm not looking for a summary of the articles. What are you talking about? What am I supposed to do? Analyze an article? Don't summarize the article. How? What?
I don't know. Just write what you think, I guess. I don't know.
I did write what I thought.
I read this article. It sucks.
No, I literally read the whole article and I wrote that.
It's very important. But did you go, ow? I went. Ransom me. Ooh, it's a pretty bad smell.
Man, I am not looking to my day tomorrow. Or looking forward to it, I should say. On my freaking drive home tonight, I got another call to go out first thing in the morning.
On the road.
Yeah, non-stop, man. Six weeks, I've done about 3,600 miles.
Wow.
You're driving your car to death.
It's not mine. They got me a work vehicle.
Oh, well then.
Whoa. Whoa, she gave me a perfect score. Jesus. Teacher's trying to be nice. Hot damn.
Maybe she wants a D.
I didn't have. No, I don't think. I didn't have to post I didn't have to post the short recording video thing. I just checked. So she said that she's gonna add 3% to everybody's grade. And if I do this essay that she's wanting, even if I only get 60%, I'll effectively get an A in the course. If I take a 0 on that assignment, I'll still have a B, but obviously having an A is way better because that'll help my GPA go up.
So what you're trying to say is, you got this in the bag?
Well, unless she, like, cause she was so vague with this assignment, I don't know if I fucked up or she's like, her response is first I asked her like what can I do to make up this exam? I don't know what to do. Okay. And then she's like, okay, you can read these 2 articles. First she said, read these 2 articles, 1.5 pages each. That's how long the article was. And then focus on what you think about the articles. I'm not looking for a summary, but an analysis. I know you're not looking for a summary, but like an analysis. I don't even what does it even mean?
It means instead of restating what the article is, you're trying to analyze what it is.
Well, I did that. Explain like the purpose for why the authors wrote what they wrote, what they're trying to say with these articles, what they want to play.
See, there's a problem. You're analyzing it. You should feel the article.
Oh my god. Please no. Not like this.
Write the article the way the real Ben would. I hate this essay. I don't want to use it anymore. Kill yourself, Professor.
You mongoloid.
Yeah, you didn't give me any questions to answer. How to analyze an article. First step, write the summary of the article. Provide some curious research about the writer of the article. Establish the audience, the purpose of the article. I did all of that. Answer how successfully the author proved these. I did that as well. Write a short 3 or 4 summary of the article. Consider explaining the article. Read the article. Highlight the article. These are all terrible advice tips because my teacher says not to do any of these things.
Rewrite the article word for word.
Branson me. What's got you in the dumps?
I want more tier 3 corruption rooms.
Once more Megxalts. 2 mirrors ain't enough.
And 0 mirrors as long as I'm wearing this thing.
Really need those 2 mirrors to farm tier 3 burial chambers.
Gee, Marla Christ, I realize I have a steel ring.
E?
So how should I craft my ring?
Was it Elder?
No, those things are so expensive.
Then put it in the garbage.
Steel ring ain't worth nothing. Boy.
Yeah, they're like less than a chaos for a normal base.
You use Deafening Essence of Contempt on them and trying to get flat tier 1 fizz or 2-0 fizz, whatever other mods it gets. And then if it does actually roll decently, but it has like a shit or 2 mods, if the shit mods are like only prefixes or only suffixes, you can wipe them. Or
What if I use that?
Ring? Yeah, that'd be good too. Essence of Beastery.
No! Fuck! Oh, I clicked too early.
What?
Ah, there was a fucking diviner's box.
We're at.
Burial
Hey.
chambers.
Can I die?
Le popo, le popo,
Can I die, please?
le popo pipi caca. That's what that thing is.
20C essence versus 1 alch steel ring.
It's like I said,
That was like my third day to Essence of Hysteria.
le popo pipi caca.
Listen here. Let me. Did you hear that?
I heard a pop.
What?
I heard like a pop.
You'll never guess what that was.
I don't know. Putting your finger in your mouth and like making that pop sound.
Nope.
Were you
What?
popping a zit?
No. That was a fart. I'll never forget the day when I was on my break and Donnie joined in. And I'm like, hold on. Then I let the loudest, strongest, wettest fart ever.
I'm proud of you.
It was loud. It was like one of those hard plastic chairs that resonate the sound.
Ah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Wow, I think that's a new record. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 uniques.
Brian's like, I only have so much exalt. He needs more exalt. More.
I did have more.
Alright.
And then somebody took them all.
Ooh.
Ow!
Nine, what you are talking about, my good sir.
Orb of Annulment.
Alright, let's see if any of these are good.
Thought you wanted me to help you get a headhunter, boy.
Well, I don't have one yet, so come on.
None of your items are selling, and neither are mine. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants the Frostferno unless it's 19x. Nobody wants my GG minion helmet, even though I'm pricing it at 15x, which is what I paid for it. No one wants my GG Stygian Vise. So no one's playing this league. It's like maybe 10 people playing.
And I'm one of them.
If it makes you feel better, I'm from Brian. Ben Harriman hasn't given me exalts yet.
What are you talking about?
Remember, I was like, you know what? Here, have all these exalts so you can craft.
Yeah, we crafted, and then we made your X, and your X is worth like 8 to 10, and then we stopped because your exalts went on ripped items, and then I
So
ripped my exalts.
what you're saying is the 8 exalts I gave you, I could have just bought one.
Probably. We were trying to get you something godly, and that's what we were trying to do. And then I spent 19 of the exalts that we had crafting that stupid 25x one. It didn't work, so I sold it so we could replace the exalts that we used to craft that one to keep crafting, and that's what we did. And we kept crafting, and most of them ripped. And then I sold everything we had to keep on crafting until finally we hit a decent one, and that's when we were like, all right, well, we better stop here because we've ripped so much already. I didn't use them for anything.
He lies.
And in fact, I still have items right now that I'm trying to sell that I've been trying to sell for so goddamn long. But if you did want exalts, I'd probably give you some of these shitty items sell.
See, that's all right because I don't like to ask for them.
Okay. No, I mean like, that's where the exalts went, and then you weren't really playing at all. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna sit here.
Oh, so you assumed.
I'm not gonna sit here and try to sell the sword I crafted and stay online. I'm just gonna try to keep crafting it, and it ripped, and I ripped all my freaking money. So I could have made even more exalts to give away, but I ripped it. Then Brian was the only one that was playing, so I was like, well, take it. You can have my shit. Cause you're like, I don't like playing with you guys. I only want to play Daggerfall. I hate you. I'm not gonna wait for you at 12 to go to the range with you or respond to text.
Why 12? What's the magic number with 12?
That's when I wake up.
My God.
What do you think? Why do you think it? Well, not
My
exactly.
work day is almost half over by then.
Yeah, I mean, I could wake up early, but then I have to go to sleep way earlier.
Yeah, like a
So
normal
it's
person.
that's just like one day.
Normal. Not when you take pre-workouts. You go to the gym. Shit keeps you awake forever. Like today, I took one and I went to the gym and I could be able to fall asleep until like 3 a.m. Imagine trying to sleep and your eyes are like wide awake, and like no matter what you do, you try to close your eyes and your brain's still like fully awake.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
See,
"Yeah, I can't do it."
here's the thing though. I have insomnia, so
Yeah.
I'm tired
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, I get insomnia terribly from the caffeine, so I just, instead of suffering like that, I choose to wait it out until I'm like drop dead tired, and then I go to sleep, knock out instantly.
Tisk. Tiskity tisky tisk.
I was trying to, like,
I was trying to work with you. I'm very flexible.
what? No, you weren't. You didn't say anything for a week. You literally the day before, you're like, all right, broach tomorrow. I'm like,
All right,
what?
the first time I planned it out 3 months ahead, and you're like, yeah, no
3
problem.
months. Nice meme. He's freaking memeing so hard. David's convincing himself that these memes are true, and I'm afraid now. Got off the deep end. I literally have been trying to go for so long, and David just finds ways to troll me. It's like I'm trying to buy my own. I've been trying
At this
to like.
point, Brian doesn't know who to believe anymore.
I've honestly been trying to buy my own. But I'm like, David's never gonna go with me, so I better just buy my own so I can finally go and see what it's like. I wanted to buy one, not rent it, because then I could sell it back and whatever. Maybe I'd get it cheap and sell it for more somehow. I don't know.
Ben's trying to flip guns.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
a valuable resource.
If you flip guns too much, the ATF will knock on your door and shoot your dog.
Here, I have GG item for you.
Nah. I don't like receiving after I've asked for it. I shouldn't have to.
What? This troll.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like a woman here.
Yeah, I know. I told you. Now you see the truth. David's the king troll.
You should just know what I want.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave you these exalts so that you could double them, not spend them and give me double. Queen Troll. Rename
So-
Roll to Queen Troll.
So how many mirrors does Peterson owe me?
A few billion.
They're gonna have to fucking create a new currency. Just he owes me like 5 eternal orbs at this point.
How much are eternal orbs going for now?
He probably owes you 20 legacy comp hearts with +1 max res corruptions.
He's got to find a way to bring him into incursion so he can double corrupt him.
Yeah, I think it's 1,000
Fuck is
exalts
that?
standard. 1,000 exalts.
Oh, Death Oath.
It's with that. It's like the RF build, but instead you degen in chaos, and people play it as CI, so they don't take any degen. They just run around killing everything by walking through it.
Yeah.
It's a mad build.
It's also weaker because you can't scale it, right?
No, you can't scale it, and it's in the chest plate, so you get a 6-link without needing to 6-link. But you.
But I mean,
the colors
the
are
skill's still limited because it's still all your. I don't know.
It's damage over time and chaos, so you can scale it with chaos damage over time, and I think spell damage too, maybe. But yeah,
Spell shit affected if chaos does.
you can basically kill a lot of high tier maps just by standing on it. Just that not as good as an RF helmet would. The end game RF helmets are way better. And then, as we've seen with Q-Dog, he had 3 mil DPS on his Righteous Fire because he's low life. So you can basically have god tier damage and just cream through everything without needing to attack.
If you look at the configuration, it's probably like, do you have Soul Eater active? Yes, with 1 million stacks, because I have a
No.
Headhunter.
No, I didn't give him any buffs. I just imported his character. It's just that good. Val Righteous Fire is way too good with low life. Just way too strong. Because what it does is it takes a percentage of your total life and a percentage of your total ES, and you just deal degen damage of that, but you don't degen. And the AoE is massive, and it overlaps with your Righteous Fire. And then the Righteous Fire also does the same thing. It does damage based on your ES and life. And he had a expensive ass Watcher's Eye that helps him sustain easily. He has ES regen with Discipline and ES recovery rate with Discipline. So he has no problem sustaining the Righteous Fire. And the AoE on it is so big, he doesn't use Conk Effect, he uses increased AoE, and it does 3 million damage.
3 million, isn't that the shapes DPS?
That's Uber Elder Melting DPS, yeah. And he also he can use Scorching Ray for extra single target. But that build's expensive as hell. You need a 6-link Chevrons, you need a Chayula Presence, and then you need really good ES gear.
I mean, couldn't he farm the Illyrian Abyss with that, since Righteous Fire can't be reflected?
Yeah,
You just walk up to the trio and they die?
probably.
It's funny.
You also have like 12k effective lives, so it's really hard to kill you as well. The reflect in learning this isn't really a problem, but it's only like 1%, so if you have just a little bit of a regen, or life regen, a little bit of leech, or a little bit of regen, you won't.
I thought that series mirror was 100%.
Well, yeah, if you hit the mirror, who's gonna hit the mirror? It's just like, it's easy to avoid. I did with my Uber Lab farming build, I did a series Deathless, Tormented. So the Oversouls, the trio, and the Tiri all had Torment Spirits, and I killed them all deathless with Uber Lab farming speed build.
That was normal at Ziri, though. That wasn't Uber.
Yeah, no, that was normal, but she was tormented. It's so hard.
So
Your double flame blast is like instant, but because I was so fast, I could
Wait
run
a
out.
second. It was just normal series?
Yeah.
Disregard.
Get out of here. That's what killed my super expensive ES character in hardcore. When I went to Siri and I'm like, oh, she's tormented. This shouldn't be a problem. Dies. Loses
She was with Rogue, that's why.
loses freaking how many egg jolts I had in that thing? Like 20.
Was that the ultimate crisis, or did you make another
Yeah,
balance of
that
that?
was the ultimate crisis. It lost like so much currency because I don't know why I didn't back out. I didn't think she would be that strong. I learned my lesson the hard way. She was so fucking strong. Double flame blast, way too much damage.
She wore a raspberry beret.
I'm actually so hungry. All I ate was one thing today. Get some food. Then I'm gonna try to add some more bullshit to this essay to try to get more points.
I profit 2x, Ben.
Oh, you mean you didn't profit 35k?
Somebody just tried to pull that. I want to trade you this item. No. Not at all. Why not? Look, you profit. Alright, well then you go sell it for that price, come back and give me my 10x. You can keep your profit.
Raspberry beret.
no PMs at all for any of the items. Last.
Reap.
I'll even drop some of their prices down. It's like, yeah, I'll take a smaller price.
Um,
Nice meme. He actually went searching for it so he could try to troll me. Freaking troll.
yeah, Control F is all it takes.
True. True.
For a moment though, did it seem like it was gonna work? You got pranked for a moment though. You can't deny that.
For a second, I was like, finally.
You need to put the name. Wait a second.
Change my build. Only one man on Earth would ever name themselves change my build. And it's Donnie.
Comes back a year later. You guys got pranked, bro.
I would say, go commit, die.
Go commit, die.
Yeah. Go commit, never breathe again. They're the Roblox insults. People in Roblox use them because you can't say kill yourself, so they use that.
That's interesting, actually.
There was a meme about it. PewDiePie was showing it. I think Go Commit Die is my favorite one. It just sounds so dumb, but at the same time, it's like, it's perfect.
Makes sense, too.
Can I know something interesting, David?
Hmm. What?
That's it? That's the end of that sentence? I noticed something interesting. That's as far as we're going with this.
He was trying to prank me in the way I prank him. So the solution to that is to keep quiet. He failed, Brian. He failed his prank.
I'm sorry. I'll go hide with my mirrors.
Yes, do it.
Brand's like, RMT it. 1 day later, alright, I want it back. I like put up player auction posts and everything, I had to take them all down.
Could have left them up and just adjusted the delivery time.
They have 2 hours and then 24. And if it's 24, no one's gonna buy it. I was looking at the other posts for PoE stuff. Exalts are $1.
Still?
Mm-hmm. They sell everything there. You can buy power leveling for your PoE accounts too. Like, if you don't like leveling, you can pay someone else to make your level 80. There's a guy that has like 80 reviews, so that means he sold 80 power levels.
Why are we not doing this again?
Because it's boring.
Hell yeah, it is, but for what? How much does he get for it, though? Like, what's the service cost?
I have to go find it again. Alright. 10x plus 2 labs, $50. 3,867 positive reviews.
Does he just wear like 7 league steps and just goes at speed of 1?
I don't know. We'll install Incursion. Softcore 1 to 90, 92 USD. 1 to 50, 28 USD. 1 to 60, 42. 52,000 positive reviews.
Well, it took me just to get to about level 70 was about 4.5 hours.
Took me a few days.
It took me 3 hours and 13 minutes to get to Blood Aqueducts.
Incursion standard, software 1 to 70 plus 3 labs, $37. The description is, I create a character level 1 to 70 on standard / incursion software, no bots used. ETA, start within 1 to 8 hours after payment, done within 20 hours. Price for 1 to 70, $37.
Fuck, I can do that like it's nothing.
1 to 70?
Yeah.
It's a lot of time.
I just
You
said
don't-
it's like
in
less than
3
5
hours.
hours.
Yeah, if you don't do it within 3 hours, you're making less than minimum.
If I don't do it in like an hour and a half, I'm making less than what I normally make.
Oh yeah, same man. I was just thinking like,
Yeah, but you don't have a
For,
job, so minimum
yeah, I
is fine.
Yeah.
I have plenty of work now. Every weekend now I'm making 10 boards, which I'm getting paid like 200 each weekend.
Oh, I was like 200 each board? What the fuck happened?
No.
Why are you here?
I've been making boards every day.
And then every 3 months I get $1,000 for the boards.
Ugh. Waiting. I like having consistent paychecks.
No, I mean, it's not like an actual job. This is just something that my dad, because he was sneaky and he was able to be at the right place at the right time, got us hooked up. But he already created a new board that he listed on eBay, which is a new design, and he's trying to sell. And it could take a long time to find an actual customer, but if we do find a customer, that customer is going to be buying a lot of boards. So any customer is like multiple thousands of dollars. And then with the current customer, last year they ordered like 80, maybe close to 100. This year they ordered 130. So next year, they probably might order 150 or 160, maybe 200. Depends on how much their growth is and if they want to keep buying these boards. But if they make more units, they need more, so they're going to pay us more, which means more money. So instead of 1,000, I'll make like 1,500 every 3 months. And then my dad got another customer that wants us to make a different board, which is much smaller and slightly easier to make. And we're selling them instead of 70, because currently the ones that I'm actually making that take a lot of time, we sell for about 70 a piece. And then the ones that I'm making on the weekend now, we're selling for 24 a piece. And they want 10 every weekend. And since we got to pay for shipping and parts, I'm only getting 20 a piece after all the fees and whatnot. So it's not good money, but for me, college student, I'm still doing classes and shit, and I'm just at home all day. I'm okay with it. I've already worked 5 different jobs, and I hated all of them. And each place, I was always hoping like, oh, this place can't be as bad as the last. Each place had its own thing.
Of alchemy.
Shitty jobs. Like my first job ever, other than working for my dad, was working for Chick-fil-A. And some Mexican chick hated me and got me fired because she made up some bullshit complaints about me and said I was being racist. Because I was joking with a friend of mine who's Mexican, and he like was cursing at me in Spanish, and I was just like, I don't speak Spanish, bro. And then the girl walks over and she's like, what did you just say? I'm like, I don't speak Spanish. And then she like wrote me up saying that I was saying it sarcastically and I was being racist. And I'm like, what? And I got fired from my Chick-fil-A job because of that chick. And then when I worked at Popeyes, our air conditioning broke down. It was 110 degrees every day inside the store or the little shop. And I was also working next to the grill a lot. So I was just pouring sweat 24/7, just covered, like dripping wet, and I couldn't take it no more. And I quit. Then I worked as a cashier at a grocery store, and they treated me like shit, and they separated the cashiers far apart so that we couldn't talk to each other, and they didn't give us chairs, we had to stand, and they didn't really have any kind of padding for the shoes on while you're standing. It was just kind of like a little rug, and we had to bag. We didn't have to bag, but we had to memorize shit, and if ever you made a change, you had to like wait and call for the manager to come approve the change.
That's every grocery store.
I don't know about that. This doesn't happen
Okay,
at Stater Brothers.
Yeah, it does, man. Yeah, it's just about everywhere.
Yeah.
There's some other stuff.
You just described every cashier's job at a grocery store.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know that, but the managers would pick on me, and if I ever went to the bathroom, they'd pull me aside with all the other managers and ask me if I have medical problems, and it's like, I've been to the bathroom for like 5 minutes. What are you trying to say? It's not irregular. And they were like, hey, you know you're not supposed to be using your phone, and if you're using your phone, we have to write you up, so you better tell us. I'm like, no, I wasn't using my phone. And it's like, they just treated us like shit. And I started asking the other employees, like, did they ever do this to you? And they're like, no. So they were specifically picking on me, because I guess I was the only fit person or big guy in the whole store. So they just got off on picking on me or some shit. Who knows? And then after that, I worked at Burger Boss, where I was a cook instead of a cashier. And the managers also treated us like shit. And the job was very tough physically. And every night when we were closing, I had to scrub down the entire freaking area by myself with a little hand towel. And then I also had to use a charcoal briquette to scrub down the grill whilst burning hot boiling oil was splashing on our fingers. And they didn't really give us any gloves to cover ourselves with, so it was a really difficult job and sweaty all day, same shit as Popeyes, but I was actually a cook, so I was spending more time on the grill. The one thing that was positive about that job was occasionally we were allowed to make our own food. So you get like $10 extra every day you work, since you could have something for free to eat. And the burgers there were like 10 bucks a piece. But that was the only benefit. The managers were shit. The work and labor was shit. The pay was shit. And there was no breaks or anything extra special or nice about that place. It was just the free food. Which they gave you shit about if you ever made it, and they made you feel like shit. You bastard, how dare you make free food? You know that we're busy right now and stuff like that. Even if there was no one in the store. So yeah, I worked a bunch of different jobs. I worked construction. That sucked. Worked all kinds of shit. So, compared to that and doing what I'm doing at home, I'm much happier. And just working from home. Much happier. Can't believe David logged off.
Oh, he's already gone? Didn't even say anything.
I don't know if he's gone off Discord, but he logged out.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Fuck, I just looked at the time. Should probably go to bed soon. Since I gotta get up and get my ass on the vehicle. Fuck.
People on the forums are like brainless apes.
Brainless apes.
Selling AK-74, $3,000.
Why are you trying to buy another one? What the hell?
I'm not trying to buy another one. I'm trying to look for a Russian AK-47.
Don't you have one?
But no, that one's Yugoslav.
My god. You have 3 AKs right now.
I'll go for 4.
Yeah, and if anyone tries to break into his house.
You'll have all 4 of them ready for them to take and use against.
Quadruple wield.
A Kimbo AK.
Right when you need it, it won't be there. Right when you need to have access to it, you won't have it on you. That's how it always works.
I know. That's that. That's why I have a shotgun under my bed.
I thought you were gonna say that's why your belt buckle is actually a harpoon.
Yeah. Oh, I found one.
Holy crap. Alright, well, that was 3 solid hours of burial chambers.
$17.50. I don't know. It looks pretty nice.
Throws up. Such a waste, bro, chief. Already have cuatro. What difference does it make that it's Russian? They'll still shoot the same. Still looks the same.
No, I thought so too, but I just wanted a Russian one just because. There's a really big difference, though. It's just, it doesn't feel like there's a difference on the quality of it. Like you see it, you feel it and see it right away without even firing it.
And that pistol grip's illegal. Calling the cops.
Well, that's just the picture. He says in the thing that he'll send the grip wrap with it. Featureless.
That grip wrap is so stupid. It's so dumb. It makes absolutely no sense why they would include it or make it in law. It's like, what difference does that make?
Apparently because that you can't put your thumb around it, your accuracy goes to 0. So they're like, yes, let's do that.
Well, what if you're freaking